Brought to you by Aaron Saxon Associates.
You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now it's 7. The holiday shopping season is officially underway. Jasmine Knight shares with us how one community rallied behind their local businesses for Small Business Saturday.
Plus, a vehicle overturned on Sunday, sending 3 people to the hospital.
And we've got a beautiful looking start to our Monday, but those temperatures, it doesn't feel so beautiful. Take a look at that forecast. Get you out the door. Coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy.
I'm Chris Warner. Just after 7 a.m. on this Monday morning, a long weekend for many.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Mondays today.
Monday. It's Cyber Monday.
It's Cyber Monday. Whatever. Did you have a good weekend though? Did you have a good holiday?
Best. Just lovely. How about yours?
It was not bad at all. I got fat and happy on Thanksgiving. I'll tell you that right now, and really enjoyed the weekend. Hope you folks at home did as well. I know kids did too. Now they're getting on that bus and going, man, this really stinks. But don't worry, you've got Christmas vacation coming up in just 3 more weeks.
Oh, so. Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You got another break coming up. And of course, in between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday.
I mean, everyone's just going on a shopping spree as of lately. So after the hustle and bustle of Black Friday shopping, many local businesses in Joplin participated in Small Business Saturday.
The nationwide event helps support small communities and economies. KOAM's Jasmine Knight has the story.
For small business owners, exposure is a key element to success. Exposure brings new connections for customers and business opportunities. And for Halen & Co.'s owner, Michaela Jones, Small Business Saturday helps her highlight her business to get that desired exposure.
I still have so many people that don't know that we're here. We love whenever new people find us, whether it's, going to the businesses that are beside us or finding us on Facebook. But we just love being able to bring options to Joplin and surrounding areas that you would normally have to shop for online.
Small Business Saturday is a nationwide event that encourages U.S. patrons to shop local. It gives owners the opportunity to develop community connections and launch new products.
Small Business Saturday is our best sales day of the year. It helps that we launch our Christmas blend of coffee on Small Business Saturday every year because that's our most popular coffee.
Many owners appreciate the influx of customers from Small Business Saturday because it brings in people that normally wouldn't come in.
I mean, especially like when you look at all these shops, a lot of these places are probably a lot more hidden and are places that no one would ever really think to look up and go towards. So it really benefits people being like, seeing a business name and saying, hey, I would love to maybe check that place out, see if they have anything.
Joplin Small Business Saturday will feature 24 different small businesses. Patrons across the area will also get a chance to enter in a raffle to win free products and gift cards from participating businesses. Reporting in Joplin, Jasmine Knight, KOAM News.
A total of 5 goodie bags will be prepared for the raffle, and each bag is worth hundreds of dollars.
And that drawing will take place on the 28th.
All right, just a day away.
Just one more day to go, and we've got several more days until Christmas, but not nearly as many as it seems. And if December goes by as quickly as November has, you better get your shopping in now. And you're going to want to bundle up. If maybe you've got the day off and you're doing some shopping, or if you're doing Cyber Monday and you're staying inside where it's warm because it is cold outside. It doesn't look like it though. Our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin, clear skies, nice sunrise, looks great. Doesn't feel so great though. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line, also clear skies out there. Folks heading back to work on this Monday. And if you haven't headed out the door yet, until that sun gets a little higher, you're going to want to give yourself an extra minute or so to kind of scrape off the windshield out there. There's a little bit of frost buildup, and that's because it's cold again. 24 in Joplin, 23 in Pittsburgh right now. Clear skies though, both locations. We'll have just a few clouds here and there, otherwise mostly clear skies. Unfortunately, with all that sunshine, doesn't do anything for our temperatures. We're going to be about 10 degrees off normal as we only go into the mid-40s today. We're going to talk about the warm-up that's on the way, plus the rain chances that are on the way, and the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
Chris, first responders in Newton County were called to an overturned SUV yesterday that sent 3 people to the hospital. The accident happened along Apricot Road yesterday evening. Authorities say an oncoming vehicle came into the lane of the SUV, so the driver swerved into the ditch and overturned in a culvert. The 3 people in the SUV were injured and taken to the hospital. And Joplin police say a pedestrian was struck by a pickup Saturday afternoon near 29th and Rangeline. Authorities say the pedestrian, an adult male, was not in a crosswalk when he was hit. He was taken to an area hospital. The driver of the pickup was not ticketed, but police are still investigating. Authorities in Montgomery County, Kansas, arrest a wanted man after surrounding a home for 3 hours. It happened Wednesday at 801 Hibbard, just east of the town of Deering. Authorities discovered Adam Trollope was in the home. Trollope was wanted for several warrants in Montgomery County. A SWAT team was called in as law enforcement surrounded the home. After 3 hours, Trollope was surrendered and was arrested. Pittsburgh residents Saturday were able to get a head start on Christmas shopping at the Holiday Art Market. The market was hosted by the Pittsburgh Art Council, and it featured art from 15 local artists. Shoppers were also able to warm up with some hot chocolate and desserts.
It's important to shop local because your money stays local, and it's important to support local businesses because they're supporting their families. This is their livelihood.
Saturday was the second annual holiday market. Up next, it's typically said that men live shorter lives than women, and now science may be proving that's theory. Susie Guman will give us an inside look at why that may be. And later, the first snowstorm of winter has rolled through. We will hear from some residents their thoughts on traveling in snowy conditions. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
There's a new option, preventative care options, affordable prices, and wellness packages for your pet. Mutt Medics, now open at 20th and Main in Joplin.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is just about to turn 7:09 on this Monday morning here in the 4 states, and there it goes. This is a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. We got a beautiful sunrise out there, looking pretty good from the MoDOT camera, 32nd and Rangeline. Clear skies as we get the day started out there, and the KDOT camera on 69 just south of Pittsburgh. We're looking good. Unfortunately, not feeling so good as we factor in the temperatures. Of course, our camera 7th at Rangeline showing us those clear skies. 24 in Joplin, feels like 16, and that is with a south-southwest breeze at only 7 miles an hour, making that big of a difference in the temperature out there. And that's all it takes is that 5 to 10 mile an hour breeze to bring those wind chills down. Take a look at these temperatures. Bear in mind, we're supposed to be right around the low 30s this time of year. Nowhere near that. Neodesha, 16, 17 in Parsons, 18 Yates Center, 19 Iola, 21 Fort Scott, 24 Pittsburgh, Lamar, Carthage, 22 in Miami, 23 Chatopa, and 24 Neosho. As we get our morning started, again, obviously a cold start. Mostly clear skies, a few clouds here and there, but not bad looking, but temperatures not where they're supposed to be, upper 30s by late morning. Heading into the afternoon, we're about 10 degrees off of average. As we're supposed to be mid-50s, we're talking mid-40s. West breeze at about 5 to 15, so it's not major, but it's not that, again, it doesn't take that much, rather, to give us a good wind chill. So we're talking wind chills today at times could be into the upper 30s, but we'll otherwise have mostly clear skies. Mostly clear skies as we head through the evening. Here's our normal low. Right around 8 o'clock tonight. We'll continue to fall and eventually make it into the mid to upper 20s heading into the overnight hours. However, warmer weather's on the way. Take a look. 50 tomorrow, so better. Partly cloudy. More clouds on Wednesday, but much better. Mid-50s out there, maybe even some upper 50s. By Thursday afternoon and evening, rain chances begin to build in. We'll hold on to these rain chances heading into the upcoming weekend. That'll keep our daytime highs a little lower, but not significantly below normal. However, thanks to that, we do have nice overnight lows, say Friday night, where we're at freezing, which is where we should be. We're going in the mid-40s otherwise, and as we head into next week, it's going to feel like the first week of spring out there as we go into the low to mid-60s to kick off the next work week. That's a quick check of your forecast. Now here's Caitlin with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. In Health Watch this morning, a number of Texas hospitals are being forced to turn ambulances away because of an apparent cybersecurity incident. UT Health East Texas says it is working to get computers back online. A spokesperson says the hospital emergency rooms have been unable to accept ambulances since Thanksgiving. UT Health East Texas operates 10 hospitals and provides health care to thousands of patients annually. It is unclear when the system will be back online. The last 9 months, anyone that has seen cyber attacks divert ambulances from hospitals in Connecticut, Florida, Idaho, and Pennsylvania. And 2 deaths have now been reported in the salmonella outbreak linked to cantaloupe as the number of new cases has doubled. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 56 new cases of salmonella have been reported since last week. The number of states reporting cases have also increased by 17. So far, a total number of 99 cases have been reported in 32 states, including 28 new hospitalizations. 2 deaths have also been reported in Minnesota. This comes as more cantaloupes are being recalled due to the outbreak. This includes Rudy brand whole cantaloupes, Freshness Guaranteed brand, as well as Racetrack brand pre-cut cantaloupes. Symptoms of salmonella include fever, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. And when was the last time you went to your doctor? Your gender could determine your response, with men less likely than women to see their healthcare provider. Sue Guzman takes a look at the gender health gap and why health experts say it's critical men take more steps to protect their well-being.
With all the excitement surrounding Thanksgiving and Black Friday, we can forget that November also marks National Men's Health Awareness Month.
Men's health issues are extremely important.
And since men in the U.S. tend to die earlier than women,
men are dying on average 4.5 years earlier than women for largely preventable reasons.
Doctors are using this time to sound louder alarms as they call on more men to take control over their health, especially when the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports men are 33% less likely to visit their doctor than women.
Common misconceptions about men's health are that you're going to feel bad if you have something wrong with you, or that you don't need to go to the doctor until something is terribly wrong. And these impact men in a negative way.
According to the CDC, the leading causes of death for men of all races include heart disease and cancer. But with many men failing to get routine checkups, other medical issues may fly under the radar until it's too late. Early detection of a health problem could lead to earlier treatment and chip away at the gender health gap.
Over 10 million men globally are facing prostate cancer diagnosis. Testicular cancer is the #1 cancer in young men. And across the world, 1 man dies of suicide every minute of every day.
Besides actually going to the doctors, physicians say it's critical more men adjust their lifestyles to prevent falling victim to other health issues.
Quit smoking, exercise, eating a healthy diet, making sure that your sugars are well controlled, that your blood pressure is well controlled. All of these things work to creating a healthier, happier you.
And that's a look at our Health Watch stories this morning. Coming up, Lori is in the studio working on a batch of cocoa butter cookies.
This is home. There's a common...
Just one more day.
It's getting real.
It's the Special Forces season finale after an all-new Kitchen Nightmares, tonight on Fox.
Welcome back. We're joined with Lori once again to continuing to show her and us the cocoa butter cookies.
Yes,
All right,
step 2.
Step 2. Where did we leave off?
We left off. We got that butter and powdered sugar and vanilla all whisked together or whipped together nicely. And then in a separate bowl, we came over here with our dry ingredients. So again, pretty standard fare for a cookie. We mixed some flour, cornstarch, which is kind of the little bit unusual ingredient. Some recipes have it for cookies.
Cornstarch do?
That's going to give us a really nice texture to these and mixes well with that powdered sugar. Little bit of salt and of course our cocoa. So if you're looking for a really fudgy cookie, this is not it. This is a cocoa cookie, similar to like a shortbread, like a chocolate shortbread.
A little lighter then.
A little bit lighter.
Good.
So we whisked all of those ingredients together, and then our last step is going to be to mix those in kind of small batches into our butter. But we want to make sure that we sift that in there, and you can do that really easily.
So elegant, Lori. You just got that Midas touch.
I'm telling you, just so simple. But we want to make sure we don't get any major lumps in there, because the last step for this cookie batter is going to be to actually pipe it through a piping bag onto our parchment paper to bake.
Pipe dreams.
All right, and so we don't want those little lumps that are going to clog that tip up or make any mess. But waste. So we get to the end, just kind of run that last little pieces through there, and they'll come right on through that whisk. Not a problem. So we've got all of that cocoa in there. Usually it's the cocoa that has the little lumps.
Okay.
And I'm going to mix the last of that into our dough, and you'll see it's already very, very stiff. I'm going to find my right. There it is.
Oh yeah,
right camera
see
there.
that?
Already very, very stiff. It's almost, and I hate to use this analogy, but it's almost a chocolate Play-Doh at this point.
All right, so you need a lot of elbow grease.
A lot of elbow grease here. At this point, we are not using our mixer.
Why not?
It's just not going to do it.
Seriously?
Unless you want to buy a new one.
Okay.
If it's a good excuse
pointers.
to just get rid of that old one and ask for a new one for Christmas, this is going to be your recipe
That
to go
thick.
ahead.
All right.
Final nail in the coffin. So we're going to mix the last of that in, and then we are going to take this very stiff dough and we're going to add it to our piping bag.
How? Because it is so thick.
It
does
is
this
very
really
thick.
work?
So you want to add small amounts.
Okay, that's
you're
the key.
you're not going to have the strength to really do that otherwise. And this is not the time for those cheater Ziploc bags. You've seen
It'll
us
bust
use
it,
those.
yeah.
It'll just tear it right open. Thankfully, it's not going to be super messy because it is pretty dry. But we're going to use an actual fabric piping bag. We're going to drop that tip.
What is this tip?
This is a little star tip, and you guys probably can't see this very well. I'll try and take this
There you
over here.
go.
See the little teeth on the end of that
Uh-huh.
as we come through there. It's a fairly large opening, and we're going to drop that right down into our bag. And behind that, we are going to put a little, very small amount, get the last of this dry ingredient mixed in here, into that bag, and then we're going to pipe some little stars on there. When we come back, we're going to talk about how quickly that bakes, but also just some extra little topping on there to kind of give it that last little chocolate
razzle
flavor.
dazzle.
Yeah, you know I can never leave well enough alone. So those last little steps to make it kind of fancy, and again, make it nice for those cookie exchanges and all the little things we've got coming up for the next few weeks.
Perfect. All right, well, join us because we have more coming up right after this.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game to...
Then, give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Welcome back. Lori has been showing us how to make her cocoa butter cookies, and we're now on the very last step. So what do you
Very
got for us,
last
Lori?
stage. So we've got this mixture, and it is very much like almost a chocolate Play-Doh. You
It
could
really is.
very
The
much
consistency is pretty much the
take
same.
this and make a dough out of it. And of course, at this point, you can just break off some pieces and roll them into a ball and put those onto your parchment paper to bake. You don't have to get that fancy. You can put them on there.
We have options here.
We have options. Press a little center. You could put a little Hershey's Kiss in there too,
That's always a
before you bake.
classic.
But if you want to get really fancy with them, we've loaded a little bit of that dough into our parchment bag, or into our piping bag. But what I want to do is see if you can squeeze that out of there.
Oh, really? Put me on the
I
spot
know.
here. All right.
We'll see how strong those hands are.
What is this stuff, Lori? Oh, it's like cement.
It's very,
Oh, right.
very sturdy.
There's my little dollop.
Yeah, that's a little small for a cookie.
I can't. Oh my gosh, my hands. So you want to have a really strong
Want to have a really strong
to help
person,
you.
or you can actually use this in your spritz cookie gun if any of you are familiar with that.
I am not.
Even for
Look
me,
at you go. Look at you
this
go.
is a two-handed operation, and my hands are pretty strong. So as you can see, it doesn't, it's not a sticky dough at all. We've done some that are very gooey, sticky doughs. This is not it.
Yes.
So, mix this and do this as far as your pieces according to what you have equipment and strength for.
My hands hurt.
Oh, we've broken her. But you can just take this and make those little dollops. The fun at the end, again, is you can just sprinkle some chocolate chips in the center of that before it bakes. You can add that Hershey's Kiss in the middle. Get some of those pretty little red and white Christmassy peppermint ones. It's delicious
jazz it
with
up.
the chocolate. Don't go plain on this. Bake those off. But again, as we usually do, we want to make sure we have that parchment paper on there so that they bake really nicely. And when they're done, then all you need to do is take some chocolate chips and melt those.
Okay.
And then you have a couple options on that. If you've made your pretty little piped ones like I have over here, 2 pieces. Oh, You can take these and drizzle them, or you can even just dip them directly into your melted chocolate chips and just give it a nice solid little chocolate top piece to it. So you've got kind of some different ways that you can do it depending on how much more chocolate you want to add to that.
Yes.
I like a little bit more to it because, again, it's just a soft cocoa-y flavor. Go big or go home. If you're going to go chocolate, add a lot of chocolate. So, you know, do this and add the chocolate chips. Do this, add some crunched up peppermint candy canes. Do something fun with it to just give it a little more of a boost of flavor.
Yes, because it is really beautiful. If you guys are strong enough to do this, you can see like the design. It looks very Christmassy.
Absolutely. And again, if you have that spritz cookie gun, it's a very traditional style. Yeah, you just kind of pop them out there like a shortbread cookie, and you can make all the different designs of your little discs that are on there, and they're really fun. A little bit different with that chocolate flavor.
Very cool. Well, Lori, as always, we love having you. Thank you so much. Of course. And you can find this recipe on our website at koamnewsnow.com. We'll be right back.
The claims process for our customers. Do yourself a favor. The next time life on the road gets wild, call Larry Barrett Body Frame and Towing in Pittsburgh.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News at Fox 14. The time now is 7:29 a.m. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, especially at the Ronald McDonald House in Joplin. Members of the 4-State Village People Department 56 Collectors Club set up a miniature Christmas village at the house this morning. This is the 21st year the club has set up a village display at the Ronald McDonald House. And it's that time of the year with Thanksgiving passing, many families choose to decorate for Christmas. Some 4-State families counted on an extra helping hand to put their lights out. A Webb City family who is not decorating the inside of their house because they will be moving soon decided to hire a Christmas light installation professional to bring the spirit to their house.
Would just really like to have the outside decorated because we're not going to decorate the inside or even pull all of our stuff out of the attic just because we're really close to moving, and this would be a great way to celebrate Christmas.
I mean, it's just awesome. You know, you get to take a house that's completely like a blank canvas, and you get to paint it with just colors. Sometimes it's pure white, sometimes it's multicolored. It's really great. I mean, it just fills your heart with happiness.
Harris Bros owners say they install Christmas lights in more than 20 houses every year. We want to see your Christmas outdoor lights, so go to our Facebook page and share your pictures on the place. And the Creative Learning Alliance held a gingerbread STEM event. The goal was to use aspects of science, technology, engineering, and math to create the best gingerbread houses. The children also had to solve strategic riddles to release their gingerbread man from the lockbox.
I am looking forward to seeing what the kids come up with. That is the best part. Not just what the kids come up with, but those moments when the light bulbs come on and they think of something and then they figure out how to make it happen. That's what we're really doing here.
And those STEM careers are going to be needed. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, between now and 2028, there will be a 9% increase in STEM and STEM-related occupations. The Joplin Historical Society and Joplin History and Mineral Museum will also be hosting a gingerbread house contest this holiday season. The contest consists of 4 categories: children 10 and under, children 11 through 17, adults, and professionals. All of the gingerbread houses must be brought to the museum from noon on December 2nd until 5 p.m. on December 8th. Winners will be announced on December 9th.
And we've got ourselves a cold start out there across the area this morning. Quick look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Nothing happening. Any of the little precipitation blobs you see out there are not actually there. We zoom out. We have the satellite mode turned on. As you can see, just no clouds in our immediate area. However, we may get a few stray clouds sweeping in here as we head through the afternoon. But otherwise, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. And that's what we've got right now from the MoDOT camera at 32nd in range line. We've got those clear skies out there. Folks getting their day underway. And if you haven't gotten your day underway, now as the sun comes up, this is going to help, but you may still initially need to give your windshield out there a quick scrape to get the day started with a little bit of frost because, again, temperature is sitting in the 20s right now. So we are going to start very cold. We're already starting very cold. We'll have those mostly clear skies. Highs about 10 degrees off normal, though, only making it to the mid-40s. We'll have another complete look at your forecast, including a warm-up and some rain chances here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
Thanks, Chris. The winter storm is making travel hard. KDOT and City of Wichita crews are out with plows working to clear the roads, but conditions are still slick in some areas. Cale Chapman was out on the road and shares what some people are saying about the conditions.
I'm actually quite surprised. I did not know this was coming at all.
Saturday, the snow fell hard in Kansas.
I made a snow angel for the first time.
It's something Richard Mayberry says he's always wanted to see himself.
You know, I'm originally from Florida, so this is pretty much my first time ever seeing snow. It's been quite a movie, though. I mean, earlier today, it was like having that nice little soft sprinkle.
But as snow continued to fall, it became a nuisance for some.
Really cold.
Slick road conditions, making it harder for drivers from highways to side roads. Crews were to treat and plow roads, and they weren't the only ones working in the snow.
Well, we're getting ready to open here, so obviously I want to make sure that any customers who do show up, they're able to enter the restaurant safely.
Jeremy Wade, the owner of Napoli Italian Eatery, says snowy days can change up how small businesses like his run.
You know, we have to cut staff back a little bit. We take on more roles. You know, I shovel sidewalks or wash dishes or cook on the line, whatever I need to do. So it kind of changes the dynamic a little bit.
Wade says despite the weather, he expects to stay busy.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Kansas City has a new Christmas attraction. Peyton Headley will share more with us about what you could expect when you visit the Twinkling Enchantment.
And we're going to have another full look at your forecast, including that warm-up I was just talking about when we come back.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles.
You want to be blue or gold?
I'll be blue, because I'm cool. Ah, tickle.
Modern Family.
Tonight at 10, right here on Fox 14.
The world's largest Christmas lights maze has come to Kansas City. 4 million lights are on display at Legends Field, which welcomed hundreds of people for Enchant's grand opening on Black Friday. Peyton Headley reports.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. It was an enchanting evening at Legends Field.
It's really fun. I think it's wonderful, and these guys were just like, wow, when we pulled up and drove in.
Hundreds made it out for the debut of the world's largest Christmas light maze.
I love it, and I love it that it's so close to my house.
I think it's really awesome, all the lights and stuff.
I'm really excited for the maze.
It's just beautiful. 4 million Christmas lights here.
Kansas City native Eric Stonestreet helped to kick off the celebration.
It's incredible, and I hope Kansas City comes out and supports it and sees it. I think it has the potential to be a real great tradition here in Kansas City.
3, 2, 1, with the tree lighting, ice skating, Santa visits, and more, they're hopeful this experience will be around for years to come.
I love being home in Kansas City and seeing all my fellow Kansas Cityans, and now this is just something else that we can all look forward to doing around the holiday season.
And this is all going to run through December 31st. You do have to pay to come in. You can get tickets on their website at enchantchristmas.com.
Coming up, inflation has been in the news for a while, but what about skipflation? We'll hear what it is and how you can spot it.
And we've got that cold start here in the 4 states, but again, warm weather is on the way. We'll have another full look at that forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention,
stop by or click registertoring.com. Together, we'll help our neighbors in need.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:41 now on this Monday morning. It looks great outside, but as you can see with the current conditions, it does not feel so great outside. 24 in Joplin, south-southwest breeze at 7, making it feel like 16. It doesn't take much more than a 5 to 10 mile an hour breeze to really make it feel a lot colder. And on top of that, check out temperatures out west. Some 15 degrees off the normal low at this point. 17 Parsons, Neodesha, 18 Yates Center, 20 Iola, 24 Pittsburgh, 22 Chautauqua, Miami, 23 Neosho, Monette, Lamar, and Nevada as we get this Monday underway. So a clearly cold start out there across the area. However, we'll have those sunny skies, maybe a few clouds here and there. Temperatures only into the upper 30s by late morning. Our highs this time of year should be right around about 54 degrees if you want to get very specific. We're not quite near that. Mid-40s today for highs. We'll have, again, the mostly clear skies, just a few clouds, but with a west breeze at about 5 to 15 miles an hour. While that's not necessarily extreme, it's enough to give us some wind chills periodically into the upper 30s. Going through the evening, here's our average low right here about 8 o'clock, but we will continue to fall with mostly clear skies. Lows back into the mid to upper 20s. However, by tomorrow, it's a little warmer. We're talking right around 50, partly cloudy on Tuesday, mostly cloudy Wednesday, but much warmer, much closer to average. In fact, a little above, mid 50s. Rain starts building in late Thursday afternoon into the evening hours. We'll have rain chances heading into the weekend. It does bring our highs down just a little, but not too far off of average. And except for Friday night, our overnight lows are going to be above average, to the tune of about 10 to 12 degrees as we head into next week. And then next week, you're going to start to think it's the first week of spring out there. Temperatures climbing into the low to mid 60s. That's a quick check of your forecast. Now, here's Caitlin with Consumer Watch.
In online and other non-store purchases this holiday season. Cyber Monday is the second most popular shopping day behind Black Friday of the Thanksgiving holiday. Honda is recalling hundreds of thousands of 2023 to 2024 Accords and HRVs due to a missing piece in the front seat belt pretensioners. The National Highway Safety Administration says that the missing piece is the result of an error during assembly and adds that without it, the seatbelt may not properly secure passengers during a crash. Notification letters are expected to be sent to owners of the affected vehicles in January. Federal regulators say dealers will replace the seatbelt pretensioners for free. And this holiday weekend, moviegoers again chose to return to Panem, while the Hunger Games prequel topping the box office. The film ranked in just over an estimated $28 million from Friday through Sunday domestically. Ridley Scott's newly released Napoleon came in second, taking in over $20 million, while Walt Disney's Wish came in a disappointing third, grossing a little over $19 million Friday through Sunday. And consumer advocates are warning shoppers that they may be getting shortchanged on some popular products at the grocery store. Michael George explains the hidden trend of skimflation and how you can spot it.
Have you ever had a favorite product you've been buying for years that suddenly seemed a little worse?
I have with toilet paper. It used to flush more easily, it used to not clog anything, and now it's clogging very frequently.
The reason may be something consumer advocates call skimpflation. Consumer World's Edgar Dworsky explains.
Skimpflation, very simply, is when a manufacturer reformulates a product with cheaper ingredients. He may actually literally water it down.
Skimpflation is a side effect of inflation. As some companies pay more for ingredients, they cut back, but charge you the same price. Last year, Smart Balance Spread changed its formula from 64% vegetable oil to 39%. They said to make it easier to spread. When customers complained, they changed the formula back. Skimpflation can show up at the grocery store, in cleaning products, and even over-the-counter medications. And too often, consumers don't even notice it's happening.
The trouble is, it's very hard to detect. If a manufacturer of beef stew, let's say, used to put 4 ounces of beef in the package, and now all of a sudden it has 3 ounces, you're not going to see that on the label.
It's disappointing to know that you're getting the short end of the stick as the consumer, paying the same amount for, inferior quality products.
Dworsky says to spot skimpflation, you'll need to be a savvy shopper.
If your dishwasher detergent doesn't clean as well, if your stew doesn't taste as good as it used to, if your paper towels are thinner than they were, you're getting less for your money.
Pay close attention and you can avoid getting shortchanged at the grocery store. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
While products often list the ingredients on the packaging, many don't include the quantities of each ingredient, making this trend even more difficult to spot. We'll be right back with more news after this, but first let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Kansas Crossing Casino brings you stand-up comedian
Cameron Hall, this morning at 10, right here on Fox 14.
America's crime crisis is not taking the holidays off. Police in Southern California are warning people about robberies involving criminals who follow ATM customers to their homes.
Fox News correspondent Christina Coleman explains from Los Angeles.
Riverside police say thieves stole $20,000 from the woman seen on this surveillance video. They released footage from the August incident, hoping it would lead to an arrest. Detectives say the woman is a victim of what police call bank jugging. That's when organized groups of thieves follow people who leave a bank with a large sum of cash. The thieves find a way to distract them, then steal their purse or wallet. Sometimes they might ask for directions or give a compliment to cause a distraction before snatching your purse.
You just have to assume that somebody's out there waiting to see if they can victimize you.
Orange County Sheriff's deputies also released this video showing a man stealing $50,000 from an elderly woman's truck while another guy distracted her in September. Both suspects were arrested. Bank jugging incidents have also recently been reported in Virginia, Texas, and Plant City, Florida, where a thief was caught on camera stealing a package full of cash in September, according to police. Detectives believe he may have watched the victim withdraw the money from a bank. Back in California, organized groups of thieves aren't just targeting bank customers this holiday season, they're also targeting stores.
Organized retail crime remains an issue, from brazen smash and grabs to sophisticated theft rings.
Governor Gavin Newsom announced in September that the state will invest over $267 million to increase arrest and prosecutions for organized retail crime, providing funding to 55 law enforcement agencies across California. However, some officers say the soft on crime policies in this state don't help their efforts.
Property crimes, thefts, are not considered violent crimes. And so these suspects, when they get arrested, they may be booked into county jails, but they're not there that long before they get released due to it being a nonviolent offense. We're seeing a lot of criminals that are on parole, probation, some type of supervised release that keep reoffending.
Since 2019, the California Organized Retail Crime Task Force has arrested more than 1,500 suspects and recovered nearly 420,000 stolen items valued at $33 million. Reporting in Los Angeles, Christina Coleman, Fox News.
Man, it's getting kind of dangerous in some locations,
right?
For sure.
Knock it off.
Absolutely.
Quit it.
Man, we talked about that before. Just don't do it.
Stop breaking the law.
We can't insert the other line, but if you're familiar with liar, liar, you absolutely get it. Best legal advice ever. Straight up, straightforward, no lies, no craziness, just stop it in the most, polite way possible. Well, something you don't want to stop is making sure that you're wearing your coat. That was a poor transition.
Oh, no,
that was
so
bad.
No,
that was bad. That was so bad. That was so bad. Well, look, the best advice I can give you is bundle up, so we could, shout into the phone, start bundling up, people. Because it's cold. Our Cameron Cornell Complex downtown Joplin looks great. Plentiful sunshine, clear skies, even on the MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line. The problem is how cold it is. Now, the sun's starting to help with this process, but you may still need to give your windshield a quick scrape this morning if your car's parked out back or where the sun's not quite getting to that windshield just yet because it's cold. 24 Joplin, 24 in Pittsburgh. We'll have the mostly clear skies, maybe a cloud or two here or there. Temperatures 10 degrees below normal, though, today as we only make it into the mid-40s. However, we are going to warm up. We'll talk about that, some rain chances, and the news you need to know right after this.
Hi, I'm Theater aboard the USS Yorktown. We are proud to salute Garland Stanley, a four-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Joplin police say a pedestrian was struck by a pickup Saturday afternoon near 29th and Range Line. Authorities say the pedestrian, an adult male, was not in the crosswalk when he was hit. He was taken to an area hospital. The driver of the pickup was not ticketed, but police are still investigating. First responders in Newton County were called to an overturned SUV yesterday that sent 3 people to the hospital. First responders were alerted to an accident in Newton County. The accident happened along Apricot Road yesterday evening. Authorities say an oncoming vehicle came into the lane of the SUV, so the driver swerved into the ditch and overturned in a culvert. 3 people in the SUV were injured and taken to the hospital. And authorities in Montgomery County, Kansas arrested a man that was wanted after surrounding a home for 3 hours. It happened Wednesday at 801 Hibbard, just east of the town of Deering. Authorities discovered Adam Trollope was in the home. Trollope was wanted for several warrants in Montgomery County. A SWAT team was called in as law enforcement surrounded the home. After 3 hours, Trollope surrendered and was arrested.
And we've got highs today about 10 degrees below average into the mid-40s, but we'll have mostly clear skies. It'll look nice out there, and with a west breeze at about 5 to 15, could see periods of our wind chills falling back into the upper 30s. Mostly clear skies through the evening and overnight. Our average low, yeah, that's right here at 8 o'clock. We're going to be below that, falling back into the upper 20s tonight. As we head to tomorrow, a little better, partly cloudy, 50. Then we're a little warmer Wednesday, Thursday, mid-50s. Rain chances building in late Thursday, and they continue into the upcoming weekend. Temperatures fall back just a little bit, but not too much below average out there.
All right, well, a driver in Colorado found an unexpected guest inside his car, a bear.
A large animal can be seen in the video exiting the car after ransacking it completely, all in the pursuit of food. After the owner comes out and opens the passenger door, scaring the bear off of his vehicle, he assumes the animal was looking possibly for some M&Ms left in the car. Maybe that's what I need to clean out my car, is a bear.
That's a lot of damage for one bear.
That is a lot of damage. But maybe the bear isn't going to be good at cleaning the car.
No. Hopefully he did get the M&Ms, though.
Hopefully so. Hopefully he found something in there after all of that. Well, thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We will be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your day.